Hello mga kapanga! Hahabol lang ako to give my favorite national costumes of this year's pageant. The national costume competition took place in Okada, Manila last night, and I must say I was really stunned by the level of artistry and craftsmanship the designers of these contestants brought to the show. Because the theme for this year is all about mythical creatures here in our country, and so we saw a lot of gigantic costumes bearing images of a snake, dragon, diwata, or any creature or character found in our folktales. Grabe, looking at the wide array of national costumes this year, most of these costumes are really international worthy talaga, and it's really Filipino coded, reflecting a semblance of our culture and mythology. The only killjoy nga lang of this whole proceedings, though, is the whole organization itself, who did not have a live stream telecast of it real time. Not only that, I was also taken aback that all these contestants were not given the proper exposure to showcase their respective costumes, as they all came out in groups of 6 with only 20 seconds to parade in front of the audience. I really don't think 20 seconds is enough to give these costumes their respective moments on stage. Hence, it makes me realize that the National Costume Competition in Sultan Kudarat held last year was a better showcase in terms of overall production. Sana talaga dumating ang panahon na mag-over the sky's the limit ang budget ng Miss Universe Philippines, because kayang-kaya naman nila eh. Kaya talaga nila mag-mount ng show, ng grand show talaga. Well, enough of my rants or criticism. Let's now go to the real stars of the show, which are the contestants themselves. I've got 10 ladies who really wowed me in this segment of the competition, and here they are. On my 10th spot is Danielle Catalan from Tandag City, Surigao del Sur. It's my first time to notice Danielle in this competition through her national costume, and I must say I was truly stunned by her costume here, as it depicts the untamed legend of Tandag, a woman who begged the gods not me to end her pain after suffering a heartbreak. And I thought the costume really paid homage to how authentic it was, as it gave us chills. Lalo na sa akin, it gave me chills with her fierce projections, with hand gestures to depict her cruelty if she will be disturbed while guarding her surroundings. Ang ganda talaga, especially up close. Ang ganda-ganda rin ng pagka-makeup sa kanya with this national costume. And there was a story to tell here, as it was my first time to hear a story of a folktale down south. So it captured my imagination, especially with that huge headdress being swarmed by bats. As if you really listen to the story, she was heartbroken pala in a bat island. So even for just a few seconds, I really felt Danielle's story here. Well done, Danielle. And now we go to my 9th spot, and I'm giving it to Amanda Russo from Pasay City. Really now, Amanda, I wish you were this impactful during the preliminary competition instead. But I will still nevertheless take this as a small win for you, as you really look stunning and mighty in this colorful mythical bird national costume, which made you captivating on stage. Grabe. And to be honest, I really like how Amanda used this national costume to really reflect her current standing here in this pageant. Someone that we have to watch out for as she readies herself to soar higher than ever tomorrow night. So see, Amanda, how you really look glowing in bright colors, and kahit na this huge bird is towering over you as you flop those wings, ang ganda-ganda at ang lamig-lamig mo pa rin tignan sa stage. So I really, really like it. You look so spectacular here. So well done, Amanda. And now we go to my 8th spot, and I'm giving it to Zoe Gabon from Naga City. She is a lovely mythical princess out of this Oriol costume. And I just love the irony of this costume, because this costume really looks so grand with these huge snakes on the backdrop. But the mythical princess out of Zoe Gabon here makes it so gentle. And I love how she connected this costume to her background as a military personal specialist, where she is trained to be strong and resilient at the same time in the face of tough situations, especially now that she's also competing in Miss Universe, but still retains her human spirit of kindness and gentleness. And I thought this costume really was a great way to showcase her background, na kahit na hindi natin siya napapansin masyado in a lot of events, here she is na lumalaban pa rin. She's definitely a warrior princess at heart. And now we go to my 7th spot, and I'm giving it to Eloy Garcia from Laguna. may pa-storytelling si Bakla via our famous Malakas and Maganda folktale where our humanity started here in the Philippines. I know this is just a simple bodysuit that Eloisa wore this costume, but she still was memorable for me. Na super patis and sexy si Eloisa dito with her aura moves and ganda-gandahang aura with that stunning body proportions to really showcase us on stage. And I thought this costume really stood out on its own just because of how Eloisa made me revisit my childhood memory of learning this famous folktale back in my elementary school. But more than that, it's really the discovery na she also looks good in curls, no? Na maala Angeline de los Reyes na ara-arida ang kanyang aura dito. So I really like it. I thought this was an extension of her prelims performance last Monday night. And now we go to my sixth spot and I'm giving it to Bella de la Cruz from Lucena City. Grabe. Natakot din ako sa costume ni Bella dito as a maiden who became a fierce sorceress na ala Black Witch later on with those buhaghag hair and dark makeup to really scare me, to scare us all with that huge backdrop then to really emphasize how scary she was with those hand gestures. Yes, her characterization here is really intriguing me because hindi ko alam if her act here was nagbabaliw-baliwan na ba siya dito with black magic that she was trying to conjure, but it somehow worked. So dito ko talaga na-realize, ay, ang ganda pala rin talaga ni Bella, no? Kahit buhagag yung hair niya, no? Ang ganda rin niya pala for a witch. And I thought she had a moment here. And now we go to my top 5, and number 5 here on my list is Gwendelin Meis from Baguio City. Oh gosh, I really can't get enough of Gwen again here. Her softness and feminine energy still continue with her white national costume here, depicting of a mythical guardian in our folklore. Maybe it was very smart of her national costume designer, Jorik Alimpag, to put her in a headdress, so all the more her beautiful face took center stage again here in this national costume. And sa totoo lang, I was no longer paying attention to her dear accessory in front of her. I was just truly captivated by her lampang or lampong gaze na grabe, para pa rin siya talagang Thai delegate na hindi ko ma-explain sa mga galawan pa rin niya dito even in her national costume presentation, na ito talaga yung gusto ko kay Gwen. She fights with her calmness and serenity, na kahit na may dear accessory, she still made her costume so elegant in execution. Ang lambot-lambot at ang bana-banayad lang niya talaga tignan dito. And now we go to my fourth spot and I'm giving it to Millian Joy Kabigas from Siargao. Grabe, this lady really delivered in this national costume competition last night with this gory Tiyanak costume, as if the huge eye of the Tiyanak here in her headdress is not enough to scare the hell out of you, then I don't know what will. Grabe yung effort ni Millian in pulling off this national costume, considering she had a hard time walking while operating the different parts of the costume. Kung napansin nyo, ang galing! And the baby Tiyanaks that she was holding really made for great accessories too, na talagang ramdam ko na she was really trying her best to be in character. So I really commend her for pulling this off, na ang galing talaga. So I really want to see this costume in the international stage, na alam mo yon, not as grand and big as the others, but very, very impactful given how we have been so scared of baby Tiyanaks or anak ni Janice monikers or tags since we were born, diba? Since we were younger kids, na she made me revisit my childhood memories again. So ganito ka-effective dito si Miss Siargao dito. And now let's go to my top 3. And number 3 here on my list is Angeline Kilani from Iloilo Province. Wow, what a great performance this beautiful Ilongga gave during the national costume presentation last night. Kulay pa lang ng national costume niya, and it's really enough to stand out on its own. And apparently, it's inspired by San Telmo, a mythical ball of fire of a lost spirit who died from a tragic death. But in Angeline's case, hindi siya nagpaka-tragic dito, hindi siya nagpakalungkot-lungkutan sa stage. But she used this as an inspiration to rise above the challenges coming her way as a Miss Universe Philippines contestant. Because performance-wise, hindi lang siya naglakad, but paid homage to it by dancing a ritual before twirling to reveal her fiery skirt. And I thought, parang lang ako nanood ng Hunger Games na kulang na lang may lumiyab na apoy talaga in her national costume afterwards. Na talagang napawaw na lang ako. just wow. And what's amazing in this costume is that it's made of recycled water bottles, so all the more you will be impressed at how environmentally friendly this costume is. It not only impresses aesthetic-wise, but it's very Miss Earth coded too. So galing talaga ng craftsmanship ng designer na ito na si Cedric Espinoso. Now we go to my runner-up of this list, and I'm so happy to give this to her because she really deserves this. And for sure kayo rin, nag-stand out siya talaga dito. Valerie Pawid West from Ifugao. Wow, Valerie looked amazing in this white Encanto costume because she really looks so unrecognizable in this one with this whole white makeup all over her face with those white twigs at her back, giving it a hunting vibe. And what I super love about this costume the most is Valerie's performance here. That she just did not stand there and paraded her costume. She still operated in movement by doing some ballet routine since she is a ballerina, complete with those liad-liad movement talaga that really showcased her flexibility. And so I realized, whoa, this is a performance that is so Valerie coded. She made it so fun and gentle with her execution on this, so she really deserves to be commended for her showmanship here. I mean, for her to be made up in 3 hours, which she considers fast already, and still be able to have fun on stage afterwards is really making me feel Valerie is really born to be a performer. Now, she really loves to perform on stage, whether in a gown or costume. So Valerie, ramdam na ramdam ko talaga yung effort and determination mo to win. So I'm really putting you so high here in my list right now. And finally, we go to the overall winner of my list here, and I'm giving it to... She really deserves this. Moment niya kagabi. Alison E. from Caloocan City. Truth be told, out of all the national costumes, sa kanya ako napasindak the most last night. She looked so scary in this black, humongous costume that depicted our mythical creature called Walo-walong ulo, sanlibong mata. Kasi unang tingin, I thought she looked like a huge claw of an animal, but those were eyes or heads pala that represented voices of the elders according to her write-up on Instagram. So looking at her costume overall, it's just very creepy, but still giving you that majestic vibes given the fact that she is only standing on a stilt. Wow, the stilt is really paying homage to her being a ballerina too, given how she can act with such ease and notoriety with such great balance. And it really gave me chills. It gave me goosebumps. She scared me to hell. That's why she is my #1 winner for the best national costume of this pageant this year. So there you go, guys. What do you think about my top 10 picks for the national costume competition of Miss Universe Philippines this year? Do you agree? Well, let me know on the comment section down below. And guys, in less than 24 hours, malalaman na natin kung sino ang susunod na Miss Universe Philippines. Manonood ba kayo sa MOA or magti-team bahay kayo? Ako very excited to watch it live stream. So excited na ako. Bye!